And I'm back. So it's Sunday. We all chilling. Me and my son. We're gonna have a good time. Once again, I'm gonna finish up the Dracula Castle. It should be easy. No, not too easy, but it shouldn't be that difficult. Let me see. Where do I begin? Where do I end? Did everybody's skills accept? No, I do have to go with two. There we go.
Died in master mode.
Whoa.
I would be angry at you if you weren't.
Exactly. So don't do that. Don't do that.
Hey! Hallelujah! 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 No. Wait, Zelda's.
Get you.
I saw Zelda's. I keep following Zelda's dad. I don't know why. No, in the Zelda game. The fries in the back. I do. You don't even say that. Rider. That kind of sounds like young about.
No.
I don't know.
When you're playing in master mode, you're asking for frustration. So now you made the game more difficult. Why you choose the most difficult video games to play? I don't know. But you can't get mad and ask for help.
Uh-oh. I don't have any weapons yet. Crap. Crap. Oh. Uh-oh. It's catching us. Good enough. Man. Dang. Ah! Dang it! Dang. Who hit me like that? Dang it! No! Help! Dad, help!
I told you.
I can't play in master mode.
Well, then play in regular mode then. So you won't. So you won't have it.
Just me!
Exactly.
Ow.
Maybe stop playing on the hardest difficulty if you can't actually play it. And stop biting my controller.
I don't want to.
Did you spend money on that? Learn to take care of the things. Learn to take care of stuff that ain't yours.
Good to you. I mean, all this. See? Good food.
My son has discovered cooking.
And Zelda Breath of the Wild. Yes, I do have a traveling sword and I do have a boxing shield. And that's why I do have everything from this game. I just don't know why. Just don't know why. I don't know. I just don't know why. It's because I have a traveling sword because I just literally just got it from a chest. No! No! I hate boxolins. I hate boxolins and that's why I take it in my name. It's because I hate boxolins. I hate boxolins because they kill me all the time. And then they just freaking do it. It's not fair. It's not fair to kill. Not cool. Killing is not cool. Well, killing is not cool because I accidentally can't.
Well,
you know what some people have.
Okay.
There's a reason why Breath of the Wild. Dang it! There's you! You missed! Give me that. I got a traveler spear. That's why I killed. That's why I killed the boxer and I made them drown in the water. Because I hate that. I don't like boxerlands. Die! I don't want to see boxerlands again. Drown like you always do. Ah. Yep, I killed everything. Yes, I have a traveler spear, okay? Okay. Yes, I don't use my sword because my sword will be damaged and break.
You have an odd looking forehead.
Don't dare say that again, or else I'm gonna break you.
No, you won't.
I will think you, but really, I don't even cry. You know I don't cry, right? You know I don't cry, right? I don't even cry anyway. I know. Sadness. Sadness means shut. I hate sadness. Sadness is really a dumb hamster and inside out. Anxiety is just enjoy. And that's why I have enough with sadness anyway. Sadness is literally how about I feel with anger? Anyway, just don't know why. Just anger with everything. Ugh, that's disgusting. I hate words. Disgusting. You don't touch me.
Yeah.
What? I'm really here. Don't touch. Do not touch me. Dad, if you touch me, I will literally delete my own self.
Do you even know what you're saying?
What? Dad, do you know I got the traveler stuff?
Well, people say self-delete.
Dad. Look,
Son. Yeah, I see it. That's nothing.
I got a traveler's bow and a traveler's spear and a traveler's sword. And I also have a torch.
And guess what? Those weapons are terrible.
Why are you? You want a knuckle sandwich?
They're just not good.
You want a knuckle sandwich or not?
They're weapons you get in the beginning, but they are not weapons.
Do you want a knuckle sandwich?
Do you have the Master Sword? I do.
Freaking Master Sword is ugly.
Do you have the Hylian Shield? I do.
A Hylian Shield is ugly.
It's only ugly and stupid because you don't have it.
Yeah, it's because the Master Sword is... Master Sword ripped because it's dead.
Yes, the Master Sword is kind of crappy because...
Yeah, and when you find another Ocarina of Time Master Sword, and then it just becomes a different one.
The Master Sword is not some fabled item that started...
It's because they don't...
Jimmy?
They're not the same.
Jimmy?
They're not the same.
Jimmy?
Dad?
The Master Sword is not some fabled item that magically appeared starting with the Ocarina of Time. You gotta stop. Jump. This is what I meant when I said...
Because of Zelda.
This is what I meant when I said...
Zelda games already have...
Listen, son.
Dad.
Jimmy.
Dad.
You have a walking encyclopedia of game
Remember
knowledge.
the Ocarina of Time?
Jimmy.
The Master Sword was really crappy about it. It's because the pixel.
Hey, Jimmy. That has nothing to do with it. So what I need you to do is to stop parroting YouTubers.
Zelda replicas
that aren't that just
Dad. Zelda replicas is different. Okay? Swords can be different, okay?
Jimmy.
Some swords can be crappy.
Son.
Nobody cares.
Listen.
It's because they don't
Listen. If you don't learn to listen, alright, you are going to have a terrible time as a person.
Hyrule Warriors already had the best sword ever. It's because they only have the Night Sword. The Night Sword existed, but it actually existed. It's because they existed because the shields. A Deku shield is just a Deku Baba shield. Nobody cares about a Deku. They're made by Dekus. Okay? Dekus are lost childs. It's because they don't even know what they are. Yeah, if you be as adult Link, some of the Skull kids
Bro, you like to
kill you. And that's why you should never listen to that really crappy guy who steals every stuff about it. Every stuff that he lies about, and he does it all the time. And it's always Majora's Mask. Yes, it's well, then Majora stole Zelda's Ocarina. Yes, that was true, and accidentally. That was Zelda's Ocarina, and that's why Zelda gave it to Link. That's why she couldn't take care of it. That's why Link takes care of the Ocarina for no reason. Because of the game, okay? Doesn't mean Ocarina of Time is just a flow of time. It's not the same. Adult Link and Young Link are not the same. They're not the same. First, Mario copied the freaking Zelda game. Yes, Sonic copied everything. Yes, they did. Nintendo released. Zelda only stole a Shrek sample, okay? And it doesn't mean it's stolen by Shrek, okay? Zelda games doesn't even exist when I was born. Yeah. The Zelda games were born after me. They were born after me, not you. They were born after me. It's because they didn't like.
Finally, got this stupid damn item. Now I can leave.
It's because they already got items. And Zelda games find that. And Zelda's games find every. See, I got a rusty booter. See? You think that's crappy, huh?
I mean, this isn't to say that you're not going to be able to get good gear. You are.
I have good gear, okay?
It's just that
it doesn't mean that Zelda games
not all your
copied by Shrek, okay? The song is copyrighted.
Hey.
They're just always copyrighted for a reason.
Chill out.
Dad. You know songs are copyrighted, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's copyrighted. I know it's copyrighted, okay? Shrek is copyrighted by freaking Ocarina of Time. Because Ocarina of Time copied all the stuff. Okay? It doesn't mean that Nintendo created that.
Oh, forget it. Let me just go here.
Yeah, Nintendo...
よ三日月よ三日月よ三日月よ三日月よ三日月よ三日月よ三日月よ
Sorry about that. I was just reading some shit. So, with the new release of the Marvel vs. Capcom collection, people are upset because they keep running into Weisler, aka Justin Wong, online, and he is essentially beating the shit out of everybody, new and old players even, who hopped online to play Marvel vs. Capcom 2 for the first time on console since, well, the Xbox. And I believe the PS2 and the Dreamcast. I think they all had net play versions. Either way, if you weren't playing this game on Fightcade via an emulator, or playing on the 360 or PS3, you know, this game was basically lost to time till now. While the Switch version has no crossplay, and the PS5, PS4, and I guess they're going to implement it when the Xbox version comes out, which is probably why there's no crossplay. So, a lot of people complaining about that. Shut your mouths. With that said, though, people think that game is a problem because Justin Wong is playing the game. People forget, Jay Wong is one of the legends of the FGC. He was one of the prodigies, one of the greatest players. He's damn good at Mario, actually. And Smash, believe it or not. But Justin Wong, Yipes, Sanford Kelly, those are three people, three names in the Marvel 2 scene that will fuck you up. Alright? Maximilian dude is good, but he ain't them three niggas good. Alright? And so people are now starting to refund Marvel vs. Capcom Legacy Collection because they play online and get beat up by somebody who actually has been playing the game, right? And may I remind you, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 was a game that came out in like 2000. So this man has basically a quarter century of knowledge and has always played this game on every console it's been out on. Right? Now, he knows all the bugs. He knows the differences between each and every single version. So, in no way, shape, or form are you going to be able to you know, as they said in SVC Chaos, and you know, Street Fighter 3. You can't escape, or hell, Tatsunoko vs. Capcom. You can't escape. Alex's really goofy voice. Basically, at the end of the day, no, really, you can't escape. You are not going to be able to escape the ass whooping that you don't. It's like, listen, if you run into somebody by the name of Lil Majin on Tekken, right? Which I don't think that's his actual name online, but I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not getting mad if I run into that dude. I'm just gonna go ahead and get my ass whooped by, you know, one of the greatest King and Armor King players in Tekken, right? I'm aware that ass whooping as a badge of honor. I'm gonna save the replay, right, to study it and marvel at the fact that I had the honor at playing against such a champion. Most people don't do that. Like, think about it this way. Alright. Let's take another example, right? I hate these fucking trolls. And I especially hate how I'm limited. Like, man, this?
Hey, Dad.
Hey, son. Anyways, yeah, Marvel, baby. It's that seriousness. Some people, you know, but the fact that people are getting upset and asking for refunds, playing a new game that's basically existed. Yeah, okay, you got spicy feet. That has basically existed for over 2 decades, right? Meaning, think about it. We have a Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite and Marvel.
Is good.
We have a Marvel vs. Capcom and a Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. You don't think that there wasn't a Marvel vs. Capcom 2?
I had class.
Where's Volaticus? Oh, there it is.
I'm gonna eat a frog.
What did he say?
Never should have do it again. Every time I get food. It's good taste.
Hey! My son talking about, oh, you know your speaker's on, right, man? All the embarrassing shit that we've already been saying on multiple streams now. You want to remind me that my speaker's on and that people can hear me? What? You would listen?
Yeah, I got delicious food.
You got delicious food?
No, delicious food in the game.
Wait till you make something so bad they have to censor it. Well, watch, it's gonna happen. You're gonna make something so bad that they're gonna have to censor the game. No, seriously. There's like if you make a terrible dish, like if what you cook turns out bad,
a mushroom skewer.
It's gonna be mosaic. Keeping it simple and making mushroom skewers is not. It's not the same. But yeah, for the record, I hate cave trolls in this game. So, like I was saying,
I got spicy food and nothing in it. My dish is spicy.
On to defeat Dracula for the 3rd time. Jimmy, why do you do that? Why do you do that?
3?
No, well, besides, that is annoying. That is very annoying.
Dad, look. I got delicious food.
You see that? That is not delicious food. That's censored for a reason. It's disgusting. You're gonna lose life and stamina from eating that.
Stamina for
Yeah. That's what happens when they ground video games in reality. They're no longer as fun. But
well, if you take damage, you have to eat it. Yeah.
You only got 3 hearts. You get hit one time, you're going to die anyway. Fall too far, you're going to die anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. So
you finished that one puzzle dungeon, right? Yeah, with the Magnus. So how come you didn't go back to the king and get the little glider? That's what you're missing right now.
I forgot.
Well, you better look on the map to find out. Well,
you have to go to break through and get the fire glider. Not to get scored.
I'm about to take out Dracula. God damn it. Wait, master my ass. Wait, this is for stuff to. Yeah, I said forget the dress because I'm not. Oh,
Oh my god.
stop doing that, please.
I don't see the paraglider yet. The paraglider is not there. Dad, how do you find the paraglider? Dad, can you find it for me?
That's how you win.
Dad, where do you find the power?
Once again, defeating dictator.
Dad. Dad. It.
Go to the temple of time because that is where the old man will be. And then you'll get the glider.
It.
That's all the help you're getting from me.
Funny. Funny. It's funny.
Oh, you funny.
I sound like Nelson, don't I?
Alright.
Dad, do I sound like Nelson to you?
No.
Did you hear me say? You heard me say that? What's that? I don't need.
I'm trying to get a physical copy
fall?
for all
Should I fall? In the fall.
consoles, including the PC.
I'm going to the Temple of Time. Where?
And that's how you do it.
I'm coming to the Temple of Time, Dad. I'm going. Dad. Dad. Dad.
Alright, so now that all that is done.
You missed. Dad, do I have to go to the top or down? Dad. Father,
Yes.
do I have to go to the thing right here? Look, do I
Huh?
have to go here?
Go where you find the old man. Look for the old man.
He's here.
Talk to the old man.
See it? I mean, he's over here, but I don't know where.
Well, find him. 'Cause I'm not looking for him for you.
Down here?
I don't know. Look for him. Well, I don't know either.
He's in the freaking Great
Figure it out.
Kingdom. He's in the freaking Great Kingdom.
Plateau.
Plateau. In the Great Plateau.
All right. Vega-sama, a.k.a. Cell, a.k.a. Lovable Ignis, a.k.a. Chew, a.k.a. the old dude from Gintama. 'Cause I sure as hell can't remember his damn name.
You mean the game?
No,
The Zelda game?
no, the actual voice actor he's got. Or a.k.a.
I don't know where you got that.
Look at it. And he got the genocide cutter.
I-
Oh, wait, what am I doing?
Oh, come on, I'm not there. I'm not there. Dang it, I'm not there. Dad, now I have to go to the Great Voodoo Tower again. It's not there. I don't know what to do. I know.
So do this.
Dad. What?
Ah. Yes, and when I say Vega Sama, I also mean M. Bison, or as like we in the fighting game community like to call him Dictator. Because that's basically what he looks like.
Dang it!
Alright.
on! Come on! Dad, I can't do it. I'm in the correct
Alright.
location. Oh, what over there?
Let's see, what? I'm level 71. That's
I have to come to the Great Pluto.
seems about right.
Go there. Go. Oh. X.
Oh no.
I have to go to the back mode.
Buys a rings.
Dang, I'm over here. Great Pluto Tower.
Put my death ring on here too. And here's winged boots.
Do I have to travel to Great Pluto Tower? It says nothing, but I can't go.
Jimmy?
I want to go to the Great Pluto,
Plateau.
but
Well then, hey.
I can't do it.
Alright, so
I can't do it anymore. Dang it. No. 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 Come on, bro. Don't know what to do. Come on. Dang it. Dang it.
it should be me.
Dad. Dad. Oh no. Let's get back. It's getting really trapped. Yeah, my nerves are trapped.
Don't we all? No. Because I'm doing something else right now.
You're not playing Doom 64.
Definitely don't ask me to help with that one. Figuring that out all on your own.
I did it all the time. I did.
Did you?
Is that true? I did. What do you mean? You eat my avalanche. Give me pulling it. Not the freaking shoot. Not Rupa. No game. Green on. Yucky.
Alright, so I basically finished this game. Alright, now, they call this Altroverta. This is basically the boss to Contra 3.
Show me with that, bud. Die!
You know, one of these, most of the other items come from chests. So the ones I'm missing are coming from chests. The fact that my son is playing Doom 60, it's a very crazy thing. This child did not exist when the Nintendo 64 was on the market. I have a PS1 Classic and a Saturn. The funny thing is, growing up, I had the Saturn and the PS1, but not the Nintendo 64. So I had two of the best game consoles from 5th generation. Some people will say that the Nintendo 64 was the greatest, but that's like saying the PC Engine and TurboGrafx 16 or Saturn, Dreamcast were the greatest game consoles, because on GameCube, when the only thing that is a reality is that they had a higher ratio of games that didn't suck. And most of those games that didn't suck were greatly appreciated because there wasn't a huge library of good games to choose from to begin with. So these games had to be good because, well, you were forced to make good on your investment in money and time, or you were forced to make good as a developer on the fact that this is a Nintendo 64 game and things have to be done a certain way to make gaming matter. Now, some people say that the Nintendo 64 is the most innovative time for Nintendo. I disagree. Again, the Nintendo 64 and GameCube following were basically Nintendo's PC Engine, Saturn, Dreamcast. You know? And that's all they were. They weren't bad consoles, but compared to their brethren from the same generation, they were leagues behind. The Xbox was a better console graphically and game selection wise than what you would find on the GameCube. The PS2 was a better console game selection wise than what you would find on an Xbox or GameCube. This cannot be disputed. The sales numbers back it up. The fanfare backs it up. It is what it is. Be upset if you want to. At the end of the day, the Nintendo 64 is not as awesome as you remember. If there were 60 good games for the Nintendo 64, there were basically 2.3 times as many good games on the PlayStation. And that is a fact.
Yeah, but what?
You know?
Yeah, my
facts. At one point, I owned around 70 some odd PlayStation games. Most of them weren't just games that were good to me, which is where we start getting into the whole Nintendo 64 and GameCube being overrated because there weren't a lot of games to be highly rated in the first place. You know, so developers had to make them good, and people who played these games had to enjoy them, you know. So, in a sense, people who love the Nintendo 64, I always take this time. I used to take every opportunity to slander the Nintendo 64. Nowadays, I'm just a whole realist about it. GoldenEye Reloaded, whether it's on the Wii, the PS3, or the 360, it's a better game than GoldenEye on the Nintendo 64. It's definitively a better game. It has a better frame rate. It has better controls. Bless you, son. It has the, current James Bond. It has all the old characters plus more.
And the Legend of Zelda.
So it's got new characters and old characters. It uses the Call of Duty engine, which a lot of people would rather play a first-person shooter that feels like Call of Duty and speed and looks than not. This is just facts. You can still pick Odd Job, be short, and, be a menace. You can still blow people up with proximity mines. The game is 10 times, is way more fun than it used to be. And as much as so, a lot of people like it, but I'm going to tell you something else about the Nintendo 64. A lot of what makes it unique is no longer special. For example, Custom Robo is a better game if you're playing the GameCube version. Doesn't negate the fact that Custom Robo is a good game. Super Robot Tyson. You can only play Super Robot Spirits on the Nintendo 64.
Dad, you think my
But Doom 64 looks better, runs better, and plays better on modern hardware. So the Nintendo 64
on my
is not necessary to play that game. The Nintendo 64 is not necessary to play Wipeout, but there is something unique about Wipeout being on the Nintendo 64. So, it's one of those games you can go back to. Sin and Punishment, another good game. Bang-Io, better on the Dreamcast, and better on the DS, and better on the 360. Yoshi's Island, pretty much the only place to play that game. Tactics Ogre is better than Ogre Battle 64 and Ogre Battle.
Dad,
Mega Man Legends or Rockman Dash is better than Mega Man 64. Winback is a better game on the PS2.
Dad, why am I?
The Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask are better games on the 3DS than they are on the Nintendo 64. You can play Banjo and Kazooie and Banjo 2 in 4K.
Well, do you have to
Killer Instinct is better on PC and Xbox One than it is on the Nintendo 64. Although there is something unique about playing Killer Instinct Gold as well as Killer Instinct on the Super Nintendo. Perfect Dark didn't age well. Even at 4K and 60 frames per second, it's still not that special, unfortunately. In fact, playing Perfect Dark via Rare Replay at 4K and 60 frames per second on an Xbox One X only proves that that game was never that good in the first place. And that's supposed to be the game that's better than GoldenEye. So imagine, you're not even, and Perfect Dark, for all intents and purposes, was and still is a definitively better game than GoldenEye. And it always will be. But those nostalgia glasses really kick people in the face or cut people's eyes up when they realize that GoldenEye, whether you're playing on the Switch with or without a 64 controller, or playing on an Xbox One, a 360, or Series S or X, that's you the same result. The game ain't really that good, and it hasn't aged well. There are things that you can appreciate, like how enemies react when they get shot, texture mapping, and all that. But for the most part, set pieces, the optional mission objectives, and speed running, you can opt in for that kind of stuff, but at the end of the day, not that good of a game. Not by a long shot. Not by a mile. Not by a country mile. GoldenEye was never as good as we remembered it. All simply due to the fact that if you were to play it now, the nostalgia is going to kick you in the feels. It'll hit you where, you're sensitive the most. But as a game that you would actually like and appreciate, no, GoldenEye is terrible. Well, not terrible. It's very mediocre by today's standards. There are much better first-person shooters that can be played. But, and again, Perfect Dark is a better game on the Nintendo 64 than GoldenEye. So there's already a definitively better game. Jet Force Gemini, it's not as good as Conker's Bad Fur Day. Jet Force Gemini is interesting, but Jet Force Gemini is not actually a good game, nor has that aged all that well either. We just remember the silly title, the Kickin' Rad, early 2000s extreme uh, seeing that so many focus test groups and many others tried, during the 90s, 2000s, late 90s and early 2000s. So Jet Force Gemini is not a bad game, but it's not particularly, it ain't knocking nobody's socks off. That's why it was criminally ignored back then. Super Smash Brothers. There's a better Super Smash Brothers that you can play on newer consoles. It's a good game. I mean, but do you really want to go back to the OG version for anything other than shits and giggles? Because Melee, for all intents and purposes, people say is the best of all the Super Smash Brothers series. And while I don't agree with that, I think people like the speed of Melee. I do think that Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is the definitive Super Smash Bros. Experience. Brawl does not, just because tripping exists, does not make Brawl a bad game. It's still better than the 64 version. Not better than Melee, but it's better than the 64 version. Graphically, gameplay, roster, all that. It's better than the Nintendo 64. Melee, nah. But Nintendo 64, definitely. Mario Kart 64, it's better on everything, even the Super Nintendo. Just because the tracks were in 3D does not mean Mario Kart is definitively a better game. In fact, when they remake any of the 64 tracks for the newer Mario Kart games,
Latest Nintendo. There's more Nintendo Switch Online.
that's because you're playing.
More Nintendo stuff has been destroyed.
Yeah.
The controller has been damaged.
Checking for free space. Whoa. So this is the problem. The problem is I'm running out of space. The system is bloated. Alright, well, that about does it for this. I'm done ranting and raving about how not special the 64 was. I mean, it was special for the time that it was released in, but it's not this perfect be-all, end-all game console. People overrate it because it had a lot of quality titles, versus quantity. And it did do, a lot of those games, graphically and gameplay-wise, were still very fun and interesting games. I'm not taking that away from it. But as a game console, it's obsolete. It is obsolete. There are better versions of the best games that are already on it elsewhere. And even then, those better, on newer hardware, and even then, those newer, better versions of those games pale in comparison to their contemporaries. It's essentially like this. If you were to play Final Fantasy IV, there's some merit to playing all different versions of Final Fantasy IV. Definitively, you want the 3D version for iOS, Android, PC, and what's the other one called? DS. But I think the DS version of Final Fantasy IV is the best one, personally. But the 2D versions, any of them are fine. Now, as to which version is definitively better or the best, I would say it'd have to be the 3D version, right? Because they do something with they add new gameplay abilities and stuff. But this doesn't make the Super Nintendo or Super Famicom version of Final Fantasy IV any less obsolete or important. There's merit to going back to these old versions, but this game has been ported to so many different consoles. But if I were to say the definitive 2D experience, the Pixel remaster of Final Fantasy IV is the best 2D version. The 3D version of Final Fantasy IV, though, is definitively the best version of Final Fantasy IV in general, especially when combined with the after years. So, it's good just on that. I personally own that game on the DS and the PSP and the Super Nintendo and the Super Famicom and the PlayStation, and there's a PS1 classic on the PS3.
Small tiny Tito.
I don't own the WonderSwan version. I don't care to own it. I've had it on the Game Boy Advance. Final Fantasy IV is a game that's close to my heart. But the newer, better in 3D and the Pixel remasters are the better versions of those games. And that's all I'm saying about the Nintendo 64. Newer versions of games like Doom 64, GoldenEye, Reloaded, Perfect Dark on the 360 and Xbox One, Killer Instinct, the new version on the Xbox One and PC, helps.
Nowhere to run.
Mortal Kombat X is a better game to play than Mortal Kombat 4. So, the Nintendo 64 really loses out. The DS version of Mario 64 is better. Every version of Mario Kart after the 64 is better than the 64 version. Even the Super Nintendo port or original is better than the 64 game. Bang.io is better on the Dreamcast and various other consoles. There is merit to playing 64 versions, but there are games that are clearly just outclassed, and as a result, not as or uninteresting on the Nintendo 64. Games like, Chameleon Twist 2 are good. Mischief Makers and Sin and Punishment, right? Those are good games. Beetle Adventure Racing, Extreme G and Extreme G2. I prefer Beetle Adventure Racing. I would not bother with Ridge Racer, but they tried. StarCraft is interesting on the Nintendo 64. I wouldn't bother with Winback. Kirby 64 is pretty good. Castlevania, Legacy of Darkness. That's a good one. Specifically that version of the game. The Nintendo Super Robot Tyson. Another good one. Rakuga Kids. Get your import on. But Armorines is better on the 64 than it is on the PlayStation. That's not saying much. Hybrid Heaven is an interesting game. Wave Race 64 is actually the best version of Wave Race that I've ever played. It has the best music and those water effects. Chef's kiss. This isn't to say that the GameCube game sucks. It's just not as fun as the 64 game. So it's also not as difficult. Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask are better on the 3DS. Right? And I can only imagine it's a matter of time before that game gets ported to the Switch or newer console. So yeah, essentially, let's start naming stuff, really start putting it all together, not really a lot. Not really a lot. Yeah, that's a damn shame. But uh, but yeah, I think that pretty much concludes it. I think I'm gonna end the stream here. It's been fun. I now have managed to get the level 255 thing going, so I don't really need to continue playing right this second. Besides, I'm tired of dying every time I get hit. I can actually just take it easy now. You know. My luck ain't so low, so now, you know, I'll get rare item drops. Bro, don't nobody do that shit. So what are we talking about? You wanna be. Well, listen, you won't do shit because you can't do shit. And guess what? You'd have to be the dumbest motherfucker in the world. No, don't. Like, you one of those people? Like, bro, I don't. Yes. You niggas. I believe. Alright.